All right, guys, so this is the final session for this month of the subject of creating capacity. And I want to talk to you guys about guarding your eyes and your ears. In Psalms 24, verses 3 and 4, it says, "Who may ascend to the hill of the Lord? And who may stand in his holy place?" It says, "He who has clean hands and a pure heart and has not lifted up his soul to an idol." Now, that's how New King James says it, and I love that. But in ESV, it says, "Who has not lifted up his soul to what is false." So what is false? Well, false is anything that's not true. It's any narrative that is contrary to the truth and contrary to the gospel and the message of Jesus Christ. So when you start thinking about it through the lens of, "I've not lifted up my soul, I've not let my soul be entertained by things that are false," you begin to look at the movies that you're watching, the music that you're listening to, and the conversations that you choose to entertain. Because when we live a life of watching movies that are messages and narratives that are contrary and producing a message that's outside of the boundaries of the gospel and Jesus Christ, we actually open up our soul to a realm that causes traffic that is unnecessary, and then it makes it harder for us to do what it said in verse 3, to ascend the hill of the Lord. So remember that, guys, that we want to be careful of the things that we are allowing our soul to be engaged with. Any narrative that is false, lifting up your soul to an idol or what is false. And I want to talk about now real quick our eye gate as well, the things that we allow in. In Psalms 119, verse 37, it says, he's crying out to the Lord, "Turn my eyes from looking at worthless things." Because when our eyes continue to look at worthless things, it clouds our sense of being able to see. It makes our glasses foggy, and it makes it harder for us to tap into the unseen realm, and it causes our perspective in things to be challenged. And so when we're talking about worthless things, well, let's just search that out for a sec. Like, what are worthless things that don't matter in light of eternity and in light of the judgment seat of Christ, right? What are the worthless things? Being caught up about houses and cars and, obviously immorality and movies and different things that we allow with our eyes, because there was a cry in his heart where he said, "Lord, turn my eyes from worthless things." And I love that he's asking the Lord to turn his eyes from worthless things, because he knows that he needs supernatural help in this area, because our eyes are meant to see. And when we see things that our flesh gravitates towards, it makes it harder for us to see into the realm of the Spirit. So remember, guys, Psalms 24, "Who may ascend to the hill of the Lord? Who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands, pure heart, has not lifted up his soul to false ideologies and false messages." And then Psalms 119:37, "Lord, guard my eyes from looking at worthless things." And both of those go together, because we see and we look and we listen and we hear things that are false and falsehoods and worthless, and they cloud our hearing to be able to hear, and they cloud our eyes from being able to see. So I want to challenge you guys to search some of the areas of your life and say, "Lord, are there areas in my life where I'm looking at things and listening to things that are clouding the activity of the Spirit in my life?" Hope this blesses you today, and I can't wait for next month.